to fight the ongoing problem with posture and sitting and whatnot, you can walk really easily for the legs and for the bottom and for the low back. That's an easy way to kind of fight that. But for the upper back, it's hard to kind of get that those muscles a little bit longer in the front and a little bit shorter in the back. So this is a very simple home exercise program that you can give people to do that will counteract the postural problems that we have day in and day out from sitting so much. So, and when you do these exercises, you can see that the weights are quite light, so 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds. And when you do them, you want to keep the elbows and the arms as straight as possible, because all the work you want to come from your trunk or your core, whatever people call that today. Right? And so there are three different exercises. 2 in standing and 1 either lying down or sitting, and then we'll do 2 more as well with that. So a total of 5 exercises. So the first one, again, you want to for the first one you want to keep it in this plane of the body, right? So that's called the sagittal plane. People will say that. And the exercise starts with the arms out at shoulder height, or people call that shoulder height, right? And it's a reciprocal movement, meaning one arm goes one direction and one goes on the other direction, like when you walk, right? So in this case, okay, we'll have her left arm come up and back and her right arm come down and back, right? And you want to stay in that plane. Keep the elbow straight and bring them back together and have them stop in the middle so they keep the speed slow, and then bring one arm up and one arm back opposite side. And that's a count of 1. So one arm has to come up and the other arm has to come up for being one exercise, okay? And then back together again, one arm apart, good. Back together again and again. Perfect speed that she's doing. There, good, perfect, okay? The second exercise we'll show from in the side here, because it's quite common that people don't get this. Again, so the elbows stay straight, the arms come straight from the side, up to the side here, and then turn your palms up, all the way up, and then all the way up to your ears. All right, good. And then back down, stop, palms down, and down to your side. All right, right. It's not an easy one to do because it's quite difficult to stay again in this plane, right? And back up, and all the way up, because you want to get the muscles in the front to be longer and the muscles in the back to be a little bit shorter, which fights that postural problem that we all have, right? Very difficult to do. But patients can do it if they're just taught the right way with the right amount of weight and, again, the right instruction, right? And the last exercise to do is going to be, again, it's going to stay more in this plane here. People do this standing sometimes, right? Well, let's do it against gravity. So patients can do this at home, though, standing, if they just use their good strong legs to squat down, and they can rest their head, bend those knees, keep that back good. They can rest their head on a pillow, and the elbows just dangle down forward, and then they're going to bring their arms up and back this way. Good. And back down. Good. Again, same thing. Just come up to body height. Good. And back down. Good. If they have a hard time doing this, they can also sit down on a stool or sit down in a chair as well. Okay, good. Just lean over. Then they can actually, if their back's bothering them, they can actually use some pillows here to rest on if they wanted to. Good. Let their arms just dangle, right, and then they can just go right off from the side there. Good. And back down. Good. All right. Good. Good. And relax. Good. So the common errors with these exercises, go ahead and stand up, as people will do, is they will end up bending the elbows, which makes it a little bit easier to do. Good. And then using momentum, and they'll speed up. So you have to make sure that you watch for this and teach it to the patient properly. Okay? All right, good.